In the eBay barn, if you watched the last video, you know that we got a whole bunch of stuff out of a storage unit, and it's time to organize this area because it is a mess. So this is turning into the on-deck booth area, but as you can tell, we can't even move in here right now. So we got to figure out something a little bit better. And I think the better solution is no longer housing any type of boxes down here. So that means we're gonna have to simplify our box idea and only order certain boxes. Now before we would like buy a whole bunch of boxes from Uline. I think we're actually gonna change that up and not buy as many so we don't have to store as many, and then we'll buy them like more frequently. Right now we buy not even a quarter. I mean, sometimes it stretches just more than a quarter, but we're just holding a lot of boxes here. So what we're gonna do is move as many of these boxes upstairs. So then this shelf right here, all of this over here, and all of this area right here. We don't like putting shelves in front of the window, so there won't be a shelf there, but maybe even a shelf down there will be all booth items. And we're pre-packing the booth items in boxes, so when my parents get here, we can just hand them a couple boxes and say, here's the booth item. So without further ado, and this is the stuff that we don't really see recently. It's been more house content and everything like that, but this is what we're still doing. I mean, this has to be done. You can't neglect anything when it comes to eBay, whatnot, or anything like that, because it catches up to you. This is just 30% of a storage unit. So if you did this for the whole storage unit, you came in and just piled stuff everywhere and never got to it, it would be triple as bad. You wouldn't be able to move in here. So that's why it's always like a daily battle. I have to continue to do this type of stuff to keep it where it's workable and then figure out what works. You know what I'm saying? Because we got some big boxes here. I don't know where I'm going to put them at. But when you need them, you need them. They're just hard to store. But I'm going to go ahead, get all this stuff upstairs and figure out a place for it. So not that much longer. Take a look. So we got Dolly over here and the stuff that we use. So what I try to do is grab this and this when we go to storage units in case I need tools or Dolly. And we got the food right there for the squirrels. And then cleaned all this stuff off. These are actually empty right now for booth items. We did get all of the stuff upstairs except the real big boxes. So all those are upstairs. And this right here is what we pack to put the stuff in the boxes for the booth. 2 of these are empty, but we do have right now 3 or 4 boxes ready to roll for the booth when my parents run out. They say, hey, we need more inventory. Boom, we got you covered. And then under here is just Christmas stuff and whatnots. And then we do have the wagon. It's funny about the wagon is that at the other house, we use these wagons like, it looked the Oregon Trail at our house. We had wagons just everywhere in the house. Here, we never use them. We very seldom ever use a wagon. Caleb takes her Jeep right up to the back here and just throws the stuff in the car. It's just funny, different things help at different locations. We have not really used them at all. We'll keep a couple just in case we do need them for some reason. Maybe we're going to like a big yard sale or something and we'll take one. But other than that, we really don't use them. But that turned out not too shabby if you ask me. Also, this sign back here, the phone number and the automotive, that hangs over here. I don't know if we've ever explained what it was. When they were redoing the house, they actually found that as one of the floorboards. And the word on the street is that this automotive place was up the road, like I think like 80 years ago or something like that. And I thought that was super cool that they, the people that redid the house kept that and put it there. Talk about stuff we're finding around the property, and Kayla had a really great idea. We found this big metal thing. Have no idea what it is. It looks like some sort of, I have no idea. I really don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure there was a snake that just poked his head out of that hole possibly. It's like some big metal piece of something. It has like a thing on, it looks like some sort of weight possibly, and it was just chilling here when I pulled the bush up. So what we're thinking, because this is an old property that people have been on for like 100 years, what happens if we get a metal detector and metal detect the backyard? Now we don't want to get like a backhoe and start going crazy in the backyard, but what happens if we just go around a little bit, maybe farther in the back to see if something's there? You know what I'm saying? She was like, that sounds like a good idea. I was like, that does sound like a good idea. We just don't want to have a whole bunch of holes all over the yard with the grass. I don't know. We'll see. If it's something cool enough, we'll probably do that. Really neat that we found that. I don't even know what it is, but who knows what's on this property. And then all this stuff right here is trash. And Kayla did keep these for herself. That was out of that last storage unit. I don't know if that's actually out yet on the Bearded Thrift Machine, but you'll see those. Super cool. That thing's really, really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them up here at the other place on the screen porch, and then she'll plant stuff in there here and there. We haven't checked on the plants in a while, so we'll go over there and check on the blackberry and blueberries probably throughout this video. But like I said, this has to be done. I know it just seems like tedious work over and over and over again, but that's what it is. This is a slow grind. It super is. When it comes to reselling, it is an all day, can be everyday type of grind, and you just got to be ready for it. Now, if you're doing it part-time, it's completely different, but you still got to grind. You're still working every day. People are asking things on eBay. You got to keep things clean, because I'm telling you right now, this will get out of control. Like the last video I said, that's starting to get out of control. We will sell some of that and make it more organized and be good to go for that, but you can't let it. You cannot let this stuff overtake your house, overtake your garage, overtake your life, because it will. At the other house, that's why we wanted to move and was blessed enough to move, is because it was really taking over our entire living quarters. And so we have a big rule now. Nothing goes in this house that's work related that has to do with inventory. Now, I do know that you're like, but you have 2 things in there for sale. Yes, we do. But they're also functional and cool to look at, and then we can bring those down, but nothing like real inventory. No boxes full of inventory. We don't even go in there and sort anything anymore. And again, we are blessed enough to have this building behind us, but even like in the other house, when we were working literally out of the living room, we try to keep it at least contained to the front 2 rooms, so it doesn't feel like you're living in an eBay or whatnot, or any type of like warehouse is what I'm saying. So just try to keep that, because it has a mental thing. I'm telling you, like when I was walking in here before, I was getting super like just didn't really want to work because it looked bad and not organized. But check out it now. You walk in, you feel like I'm ready to work. You're like, hey, it's clean, I'm ready to go, everything's organized. I do have to feed the squirrels. Next day here, and a package came in that I bought from Amazon, and it is actually going to go in one of the trailers. Take a look. There it is. We don't have a way to actually transport anything. And obviously, you guys know that we're looking for a golf cart and some other stuff that will have to be transported in trailers. Now, a car would not fit in Grayson or Woodrow, so we need a car hauler if we want to buy an old car or whatever. But like tractors and everything else will fit in those. They are 7,000-pound trailers, so obviously the tractors and stuff that we would buy and golf carts nowhere near 7,000 pounds. But I didn't have any proper tie downs or straps that would actually do that. So for the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna probably try to figure out how to put these together. I've used ratchet straps for 25 years. And when I first thread them into this apparatus, I always do it wrong still. I'll put them on backwards, sideways. It's just something about this that my mind cannot figure out how the first time the ratchet strap goes through this little thing. I just can't do it. My brain can't handle it. But I think there's actually 4 of them in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them all together, put them back in here. So when we are ready to buy something, I can go ahead and just have that bag already ready, throw it in the trailer, and go pick it up. So after wrestling with those for the last 10 minutes to 15 minutes, they're all set up, ready to roll. And what I'm going to do, I was supposed to actually work on the old Mustang. Check it out here. Just crying because it hasn't been worked on. Still need spark plugs. But it is raining outside. And since we don't have like a real garage I can pull it into, and so we're going to go ahead and just postpone that. I was supposed to sort of take the day kind of off today, but the Bearded Thrift Machine channel, I had to get a whole bunch of stuff done on that. And I started at 11, and one video took me all the way up until 2 o'clock to edit these longer videos. Everybody likes the longer videos, but they do take me a lot longer to actually get done. But the rest of the day, we do have a Whatnot show tonight at 6 p.m. It's going to be Kayla's jewelry show. Then after that show is going to be a brooch show a week later. And she does have some purse charms and some hang-on charms that she made for both of those shows, I do believe. And she does have most of this already set up. All we have to do is just move the computer in here, turn the light on, and we will be good to go. To be honest with you, today I'm slightly tired for some reason. Usually I don't get tired, but when I do, I kind of, let my body relax for a second. So what I'm going to do is just eat some lunch, hang out with Willow for a while, get the Whatnot show later on tonight. And that'll probably end the day. I know this vlog literally is me just doing absolutely nothing today, but that's what we're doing. I edited all day for hours and hours and hours. And then after that, get some lunch and then just kind of hang out and relax until the Whatnot show tonight. We do appreciate everybody always coming out to our Whatnot shows. We do appreciate that. Those links are always in the description. Welcome back to the eBay barn. Today is Sunday and it's after church. So we're going to already went to church, came home, and what we're going to do is actually pack all the orders from last night's Whatnot show, which was a jewelry show. And what we do here is what Kayla's doing is she's bringing everything in from the other room, and I'll show you what the other room setup was. So this was how she was doing everything, sitting there, showing everything right there, and this is behind the scenes. This is where I was sitting on the computer running the auctions, And then when things sold, she threw them in these bins. And then also up there, so we did realize that a lot of times don't throw necklaces in bins because they get tangled up. And I know that sounds like common sense, but it took us multiple shows to actually remember that, is to go ahead and hang them back up when they sell. And each one is tagged. So every time we would run one, it has a little tag on it. And that makes it a lot easier. When you're watching our whatnot, you'll hear us say, hey, this is number 50, this is number 49. And so it's tagged for number 50.
And I bought those off of Amazon. They're jewelry tags.
And they bought them off of Amazon, and they're jewelry tags. So now at this point, what we do is we bring all of this into the other room. Also, we get a lot of questions on the jewelry show, like what you're using to size things. And this is just an easy bracelet sizer where she just throws a bracelet on there and it sizes what size your wrist is. So if you know your size of your wrist, then size six. And then you got that off of Amazon. And then also this is just a regular finger sizer thing.
For a ring?
Yep, ring sizer. So you just put it on there, and that's the size, what, 11 and a half? The size 11 and a half. And that's super useful, even if you're selling like on eBay, whatnot, or anything. These are very good tools to have because it is easy. Like you're not sitting there like guessing with the ring size and everything like that. And they're super affordable. I think they're like $5 a piece or something. So super affordable stuff, and also makes your life a lot easier. But then after we do all that, we bring it in here and we put it on this table. And we've just started doing this. It takes a little bit longer to do, but it works a lot better when you're ready to ship. Is we lay out 1 through 103. So she had 103 items last night, and we will sit here and lay out 1 through 103. So when the person's on the computer actually calling out the numbers, we can just go ahead and grab that number, and it's easier to find. We learned that when we did the ornaments, we were like not doing it with the ornaments, and then we were like, why don't we just lay them from 1 to 100, and it just goes a lot faster and a lot less like, well, where's this at, where's this at? So what we're gonna do is go ahead and lay all of these out, and you know, they don't have to be exactly right, but in bunches, like 100, you know, 1 through 10 or whatever through there. So, and also we do want to thank everybody. You guys sold out buying a treat for Willow. You will be getting an actual sticker and then a thank you from Willow, and we do appreciate that. On the next vlog, what you'll see us is probably going to Allsbrooks, which is a little shop up the street that's a little farm that she loves. Willow has a sensitive stomach, so she can only eat certain amount of treats, or certain treats, and so we're going to go ahead and buy her some of those. And then also she's going to get a brand new toy. We might head to Tractor Supply and get her a brand spanking new toy because y'all bought her a whole bunch. I think it's like, what, like 75 or 100 bucks? Yeah, it's like a 75 or 100 bucks we're going to go spend on her because y'all have bought her treats and stuff. So we do appreciate that, but we do want to film that. And we thank everybody for also buying our merch. As you know, we've been talking, we're redoing all of our merch. So in the next, probably by June or July, we'll have some of that stuff out. And then people that were buying the treats for her, you get this sticker, and then you also get a little thank you right there from her. So awesome. Thank you so much for all that. We did not expect that many people to buy her treats, but turns out everybody loves Willow. Right now, guess what she's doing? It's a rainy day. She's sleeping. All right, so everything is basically from 1 to, and I gave up around here, then I just start flipping tags over to over here. So Kayla's gonna go ahead and get on the computer, and then we go ahead and move this little thing in. That's where all the shipping happens on there. And then we use just poly mailers, and then we have all of these still, and I think triple amount of these. And they're from the Millionaire Locker, so a lot of things that you get will end up being in here. And then we'll go ahead and start doing this. And we leave the tags on when it comes to the jewelry, because when y'all, if you bought something from this and you look at your receipt, it'll have the number on it, so then you know exactly which one you bought and you got the correct item. So that's why we leave the tags on these, so you can look at your online receipt when it comes to whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead, I think what time is it? 1:38, so we probably will be up and running here in the next 10 to 20 minutes, getting everything, you know, logged in and everything like that, and then we'll start shipping away. So that might have been a world record on how fast we've ever done that. Both of those bags are full. We got a couple eBay orders that we're gonna go ahead and pull and show you guys, and it is only 3 o'clock. I don't remember what time we started, but it felt like we flew through that. And the jewelry shows, once you get those like kind of organized, I'm telling you, they go a lot faster once you do that. But let's go ahead, pull the eBoo orders, and see what we got. All right, first one's going to be a TaylorMade rack 8-iron, sold for $17 plus shipping. Then a Crumbles trinket box of a Yorkie, sold for $76.50. and you know it's in here somewhere. It probably says like Yorkie. It does not have a custom scoop. Oh yes it does. Crumbles Yorkie 1. I mean, come on now. That's pretty good. We might take some of these off of eBay and sell them on Whatnot. If they're not selling, a lot of these are the, can you sell pipes on Whatnot? We'll have to look that up. Crumbles Yorkie 1. It's like a little trinket box that has a Yorkie on it, and it's painted. So that's what you got there for $76.50. Then I think the same person, yep, bought 3 snap-on swivels. So we'll have to combine shipping on this one. They bought each one for $21.25. So you have number 13. Number 13, where are you? That's number 12. Where are you? Did you leave? You left the building? All right, so there's number 13, the old swivel guy, 21 bucks. Number 2, and then you got number 4. Playing golf, number 4. All right, so right there, you look at that. That's like 246. That's like $60 right there. That's not too bad. That is actually, that's all of the eBay orders, which I did run a sale, a 15% off sale, and that's why we probably did sell some stuff. But we might actually delist some of these if we can sell pipes on Whatnot. I don't know. I have to look that up in their rules. If we can, we'll probably sell all those pipes on Whatnot. And then some of the other pottery pieces, we might take out and put them on there. They sell pretty well on there, so we'll do that. But that's not too bad for eBay. Like I said, the reason why eBay is not doing well is because we haven't listed. We've been doing a ton of stuff around the house. Y'all know this. So that's all it is. Also, we did read the comments, and we did know that this microphone's starting to go off on this phone. We're getting a new phone, but also we did order Rode mics. So when we're outside, we can wear them so y'all can hear us a little bit better. Enough of that. Let's pack these bad boys up. We're doing a little pack. Pack time?
Pack time.
Yeah, we usually don't do this. One time we were thinking about going live while packing. It would not be fun to watch.
No.
It is like actually so down to business that it's not even, we don't even listen to music. We don't do nothing, do we?
No. Well, there's a lot of paper involved, a lot of tape.
A lot of noises, a lot of business meetings, me and her yelling at one another. Which one are you on? Which one are you not on? Golf clubs, as you can tell, I do this. I don't know if I've actually showed how I ever do a golf club. And then I just kind of look inside, and there's the thing way down there. I kind of guess where it is, right there. And then I cut the top of the golf club thing off, just like this. Cut away from yourself, and not your fingers. And then, as you saw, I just put one piece of paper on the head of it. And then all I do is I cut the, right where that is, the handle. I just start cutting these like this. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, boop. Just like that. And fold it down. See how it's like perfect? You can tell I've done this once or twice. Stick it like that. It does not rattle around. Put 2 pieces of tape on it. Oh no. Tape it tight now. Those, good to go. And that's how you wrap up a golf club. So, that's it. 8-iron. Dunzo. Boop. And this one's already done. And then these will just wrap up actually in those little things we were using. These really did save a ton of time. We never used to use these before, but we will be buying these. We got these out of the Millionaire Locker, and for jewelry sales, we would individually wrap your jewelry. If you guys bought stuff from us, you saw us that we would individually wrap each one of them, and that would take forever. That's why that was so fast. So these are worth their money. I don't know how much they cost. It might cost 5 cents a piece, 6 cents a piece. Yep, it's the Self-Seal Super Duty bubble wrap.
And we got those out of the Millionaire Locker.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got, this one is almost completely empty, but this one's completely full. So we're gonna buy them on our own now. And this is where it comes down to time, and getting your process down really will make you a little bit more money, because that fast, we've never shipped them out that quick before. That was like bing, bang, boom. Also, if you take a look, we were able to use our USPS bags.
Yeah.
And so what we're gonna do, they actually seal up, don't they somehow, I'm guessing? They gotta have a Velcro.
It like goes in here.
Oh, so it has like a, no? How does this work? No. Yes.
Isn't there sticky on this?
Like this? So like that.
That's how I would do it.
There you go. That's one bag. And then all we're gonna do is go ahead and probably tape or throw in the scan sheet that we get off of Whatnot, and then that'll be good to go. And then you just drop it off in there, and that's easy. Can't get any easier than that. This though will go UPS. All of the golf clubs go UPS. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap these up. And these, I'm telling you, these things, this is how we were doing the jewelry. And a lot of times like this, I know this sounds crazy, throw that on the floor. Like right off the rip, right? Because then you can, it's faster to throw it on the floor than it is to put it in a trash can and then put all of it in the trash can once. Yeah. It might take you 5 minutes, because it's what, 5 minutes, I can have this already wrapped up. So minutes, as I always say, seconds turns into minutes and minutes turns into hours if you're wasting them or you're losing it on how fast you can do stuff. So that's everything there. We'll throw this thing in a poly bag and ship these bad boys out. So that is going to go ahead and end the video. It's probably a short video just because we couldn't get anything done outside because it's been raining for the last couple of days, but we had to get all this stuff packed up. The next show is going to be the brooch show. When it comes to Kayla's show, that is, after that, we might take a week or two off of Whatnot. Obviously not YouTube. We'll still be there on YouTube, but might take like 2 weeks off of Whatnot to gather more items and get ready for some really good shows. We have another show that's already ready, but again, we want to gather some more stuff. It also gives us a lot of time to go ahead and get a whole bunch of content for the Bearded Thrift Machine lined up, buying storage units and everything like that. There's one in 2 days that looks really good in North Carolina. We're hopefully going to get that. Then in like 15 days, there's a ton of them. They get usually whittled down though as the weeks go on because people obviously pay their bills, which is a good thing. And then also we always get a question about where is Kayla's Whatnot show. We run everything off of the Bearded Thrift Machine Whatnot just because tax purposes and simplicity when it comes to 1099s and our tax person, everything is just in one account, then it goes straight into our bank account and then they can handle it from there. And then another thing is, somebody did ask about Facebook Marketplace. We don't sell a lot on Facebook Marketplace, and it's been very well, but what we do is we have them work around our schedule. Like, say if we're gonna be home from 2 to 4, they're like, when are you available? 2 to 4. And if they're not here from 2 to 4, then we go on about our day. We don't really hold anything. We've just been burned a lot when we try to hold stuff for people. And then also, so many people actually don't show up or they cancel right at the last moment. So if we're home, we're like, this is what we're gonna do. We don't deliver anything. Although you could probably make more money if you did deliver it with a delivery fee, but we don't do any of that stuff. We say, hey, we're home from this point to this point. We had a weird one the other day where Kayla was talking to a guy and said that he was going to come pick it up, but he got lost or something. And then he shows up at our house like unannounced in like an hour or two. Really weird. I didn't even know she was selling the thing. I was like, who are you? He's like, I'm here to buy a chair. And I was like, oh, that's odd. But it all works out. But I'm telling you right now, just work around your schedule because so many people, but I would say probably 50 to 60% of people don't show up or they cancel at the last minute. And only 40 people actually come through with actually buying some stuff. That's why it's so important when people get here and we know they're interested in something, we try to sell them absolutely everything at that moment just to unload it. There is an auction, actually 2 or 3 auction houses, like real auction houses close to us where we might want to start talking to them and putting some of this stuff in there. We can load one of the trailers. We like to have both big trailers completely empty whenever we can. Grayson has still got half a storage unit in it, but Woodrow is empty, and that's where we would be taking if we buy the storage unit in North Carolina. That would be Woodrow's first pool with a whole bunch of stuff. But we do appreciate everybody's love and support on this channel. We'll catch you on the next one.